Hi friends, it's Deanna Williston from Our Blooming Catholic Life, and today, with a little help from Jesus, maybe we can figure out the notes for Gregorian Chant. So this is our second week kind of going through the Parish Book of Chant, which is available free online as a download from the Church Music Association of America. It's available several places. I'll try and remember to put that in the description below, but you can also buy it in hardback from other places. I printed it out, put the holes in it, stuck it in this 3-ring binder. So if you go to the back of the book, I am way in the back. I think it's page, I'm just going to say roughly page 177. There's a big chart, but there's some other pages before the chart of explanation. I'm going to try and break this down in the easiest pictorial form I could devise. Maybe not the easiest one I could devise, but the one I devised. 2 basic notes in Gregorian Chant. I will probably mispronounce all of these. I am in no way an expert. This is my discovery mode. My parish has been using some things out of here, as well as I know a lot of us are trying to chant in the Little Office of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This is the Baronius Press edition. If it's ever out of print, go back and look. They'll normally, or you can call, EWTN was out of them for a little bit, but it did have up top when it would be back, and it was like 2 weeks extra. It's not horrific. So this is a recent book, 2020, at least when I'm filming this. So it should be back in print if they're out of stock. Don't panic. Don't panic. So let's go in here. Oh, this really is going to help you. I've looked through it since doing this, and we're going to get to it in a little bit. 2 basic kind of notes. Sticks and no sticks. They call them square notes. Remember, they're not really squares. It's like a line on either side and a curvy little crown almost in between, right? A little arc. It's like a tiny little rainbow. I don't know why they chose this particular shape, but here punctum has no stick and verga has a stick. I don't know why. These are the 2 basic shapes though. See? No stick, stick. What's the stick about? The stick helps you tell direction. So in general, you're going to go from left to right. In general. But the stick is going to help you if you're not going from left to right. So let's look at some that are more simple and see if we can figure out. So this is the Turculus. It's 3 of them together. Usually the middle note's higher. And so we're just going to go left to right. 1, 2, 3. So pretend the first one was do. It'd be, what would it be? Wait, 1 and 3 in this case look the same, right? So it'd be like do, re, do. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, I could get that. The next one's a little more confusing. It's a por rectus. Again, I'm guessing on the pronunciation. Please, you don't all have to attack me in the comments, but feel free. So this one is going to start on a low note, right? Wait, this is a stick. This is not a note, it's a stick. So I think we start here, and we're coming down to here, and then we're going straight up and over to this guy. So we're up, down, up. Okay. See, it's not intuitive, so you're going to have to learn them, but I think you're going to get good at doing these. This was called, I think, a clivus. Excuse me. And this stick is telling us do this first, right? This one told us we followed the stick. So this is saying do this note first that's attached to the stick. So this one has a high note followed by a low note. Normally you think it's going to be a low one first, but the stick is letting us know, hey, something special is coming first. We're doing the high one first and then the low one. This guy is a podatus. Now this one is a low one and then a high one, but it's probably on the same syllable. So how do you tell somebody to do that in the same space? Without repeating the syllable or having it awkward with a bunch of dashes where you have the verse listed. You use this nice little stick here. So this is saying low note, follow the stick up, high note. Sorry, 1, 2. And that's going to be when it's on the same syllable. This is 3 different syllables. This is 1, 2, 3 different syllables. Or at least sounds. We're going to get to more of that in a minute. Let's see if I can lift this up a little bit more. Here is the bistropha or bistropha. This is the trisopha. Bi and tri. See these prefixes here, friends? Give me a second. Do you see these prefixes? Bi and tri, like a bicycle and a tricycle. So this is going to be made of 2 notes. It's the same note. We're going to repeat it. It's right next to each other. This is the same note. That's why I put a 1 there. But it's not just repeated. It's So remember in the trick here is that they all have the same rhythm no matter what they look like. So this guy, I want to hold this syllable for the length of 2. How do I do it? We'll say it's a strophe. Well, I want to hold it for 2 strophes. I'm going to draw it twice, but it's next to each other and it's the same syllable. So I'm going to know, okay, I'm using that for 2. What do you think I'm doing for 3? It's going to be the length of 3 strophes. Okay, that's not so bad. Come over here and look at the climactus. Guessing that's what it's called. So here we have this high note first. He has the stick, high note. And then there are these 2 little rhombuses on their side, little diamonds. They like to call them rhombus. A rhombus is a 4-sided figure. Don't freak out. They use a lot of geometry terms in here. Aren't they sneaking in on you? And there can be a lot of these, and it's just letting you know that they're going to be like sequential, and they usually do go down like that. We're going to try and find these in our music in a minute. So see, it starts out at the climax, and then it comes down. So the climax is first. Oh, that totally makes sense, right? How about pressus? Look, this is 2 of the same tone, and then it goes down. I know. That stick is letting us know it's not just like one continuous thing. It's 2 of the same tone and 1 that goes down. This I also found. I found this one the funniest thing. The squiggle. Do you see the squiggle? So it's 3 notes. This is like do, re, mi. Okay? So it's a low one, and then this squiggly one would be re, and then this one up here would be mi. And I think it could be a variation of things. But this one is squiggly. What do you think it's going to be? Well, it's obviously it's the quillisma. It's kind of like a trill. So you do something fun here, right? And the last thing we're going to have to know about, besides the fact that I love my Australian Shepherd, even though he ditched me and went inside, it's really hot out here, I don't blame him, is a flat. It looks a little bit different than our flat symbol that we use in modern Western music, but it's a flat. It's only used one place. It creates te. What is te, you say? It's T flat. So it's always going to be that one little note below the do. So when you find your do using your do clef, that's the only place a flat can be. Only one place a flat can be. I'm going to say it one more time. Only one place a flat can be. If you see a flat, it makes te, which is a T flat. How do we know when it's canceled? They use a natural sign, same as anything else. So we're going to look for these. I'm going to kind of leave this chart over here. You can't completely see it. Sorry, my stand is actually another chair with a empty cardboard box on it. We'll pick it up when we need it. We'll just pick it up when we need it. So we're going to look in the little office of the Blessed Virgin Mary for one of these. See if we can find it. I have already put my yellow ribbon, which normally moves throughout the day, but I have put it here for where the Gregorian chant starts. And this is back on page 134. This is office 1, which reminds you it's throughout the year. Oh, sure, they put office 1 throughout the year here, but not in the main part. Whatever, we've penciled it in. If you've been following my Friday series on how to pray the little office of the Blessed Virgin Mary, we've had walkthroughs, and I would have told you to have written that in already. So let's see. First thing here is our do clef. See that line in the middle of the do clef? That's do. So you can see almost this whole first line, we're doing do. Wait, there's a little T there. Is it te? That's the only place that flat could be, and it's not there, so we're okay. So it's, a whole bunch of do's on each syllable, and then there's a T, do, 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 do. Do you see how it looks like it got cut off? The edge of the page got cut off? It's not. Remember, that's a preview. This is actually the second video in this Wednesday series on the Parish Chant book. And so that's a preview of the next note that comes up. Pretty exciting. I really like that. I really was wondering how every single page I could have cut off when I made the copies. And then I found it in this Parish Book of Chant. We're going to talk about the bar signs later, so don't panic about those. The R and the V are just the response and the versicles, same as we normally see, so that shouldn't be confusing. We didn't talk about this little guy. Down in the Alleluia, can you see, friends? Look at that funky little guy in the Alleluia. Now you can see, Alleluia. Yeah, we're going to make a noise for both the L and the U there. What are we going to use? A liquescent. So you're going to see it's going to be a bar and a big note, and then ending tiny little note we're going to come down to then. So it's normally, if we really want to emphasize, sometimes when you're singing like amen, you really want to add that N or something at the end of the syllable. So it may be one of those that you're really trying to get in at the end of a word, or it could be one of those double vowels. Okay? So when we want to get two sounds in for one syllable, we may be using this, the liquescent. And it is in this book. I originally didn't have it on the chart because it's one of the weirder things that you may encounter. But it's actually probably the weirdest thing you're going to encounter in here. The flat and that little liquescent. Oh, look, up here in our little Ave Maria, which is just one line of it, here's our little swoopy guy, right? We're going to be up here, down here, and then we're going to come up and then up more into the next one, and then we're going to come over here. That's pretty exciting. Oh my goodness, right? The swooping thing is so exciting. I've never seen it in person, but here's the thing. Remember, our friend Veronica Brandt has videos for all of these. Now we can follow along intelligently, knowing we can anticipate what that note's going to sound like and listen for it. Don't forget, friends, if I talk too fast or you want to follow through like that, like listen to her singing and follow along in the book, if you tap on the screen when you're watching this video, odds are you're going to have 3 little dots come up in the upper right hand corner. Should you click on those dots, you're going to have a number of options that can change the way you view videos. And one of them is video speed. You can slow down the video speed. I know I tend to talk fast, friends, and I'm sorry about that. But you can slow down the video to whatever speed you like. Or say you're out for a jog and you want to listen quickly, and that's the way you listen, you can actually speed me up. I probably sound like a chipmunk. The pitch of my voice will change. So if you slow down like Veronica Brandt when she's singing, know that it will change her pitch. But they'll all be changed equally, so it may not matter so much when you're just trying to learn. But you can slow it down and listen along, and it will help you learn these forms, these note forms. Again, why did they do it? It's not so bad when they're all on the same note, right? But imagine how long this line would be if you had to write it out in Western musical notation. This would be like 3 lines. It'd be insane. And remember, paper or whatever you're writing on was really at a premium when Gregorian chant was at its height. And even now, people don't want a chunky monkey book to carry around. And some people can only print so many free pages at the library where they're seriously paying for them. And so being able to have this in compactly is great. And you're like, but it's confusing. It's not going to be. That's why we have charts like this. And again, there is a chart in the back of the Parish Book of Chant that you can look at. You're going to start memorizing these, and you're going to see the shape, and you're going to know exactly what to do by just looking at the shape in general, not really staring at all the notes. You're going to get used to it. I know you don't believe me. You're going to get used to it looking at it, and you're going to be looking for things like, where's the stick? It tells me what note is next. It's going to become automatic, but only if you practice it. Like anything else, right? Let's look at another one. Okay, I'm at the bottom of page 136. Hey, I found oops, not quite on. Oh, come on. The bottom of page 36, I found one of these podatuses. So we're going to start at the bottom note and go to the top. See, here it's on the E. Can you see it? It's right here. We're going to go to the bottom note and then the top note. I can see that pretty quickly. See how the most of the line is super easy? You know, we're starting here. This is do. So this is going to be re, do, re, 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 do, and then do, re on the same one. Re, re, do, re, 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 re. Well, that wasn't that hard at all. It looks scary, right, friends? But it's not. It's so easy to practice. Oh, there's a hymn. The hymn is on page 138. Look how short it looks in Gregorian chant. Again, it looks dark, but a lot of our fun forms from our chart back here are right here. Look how many of them are used in just this one song. Whoa. So this would be a great one. And the hymns tend to be repeated, throughout the hours. So that could be a really great one to learn because I don't know that it's ones that really change. I think the hymns are pretty much the same. They may change by season, but I'm saying we sing them a lot of hours. There's another one on page 150, O Glorious Virgin. And again, oh yeah, so the hymns seem to use a lot of notes, right? The Benedictus uses a lot of notes, but your general antiphons, I don't think uses many. See, like your opening and closing, it's mostly I'm on do. So that's an easy one. So you could start at that, and then when you want to get a little more tricky, look for one that has more complex, what are they called, neumes? We'll just call them forms. Has more complex notation, whatever, right? You don't have to be all complicated. Aha, here is Ave Maristella. Do you see anything odd? Wait, I swear it was in here. Oh, because I'm not looking at the hymn yet. Right away, here is our do clef, and it's showing us that that top line is do. That's now te, it's not t. There's our flat sign. Is it ever canceled out? No. I think every time they want you to use the flat, it comes in. Oh my goodness, friends, look, this has a lot of those porrectus. Whew. The slides. I'm just going to call it the slides. It's got a lot of those little slidey ones, doesn't it? How fun. That's probably pretty fun to sing. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to Veronica now and get those. One thing I do find interesting, if you're in the Gregorian Chant in the back of the book, it still tells you where to make the sign of the cross. This one is over the heart, converte nos, over the sign of the heart. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, you probably wanted to look inside this one as well. This one has some things that we haven't talked about yet. I can see right here. This is something we say all the time, right? Dominus vobiscum, right here. But look, there's all these extra dots as well as all the different kinds of, oh, this one only has double bars. But you can see, wait, what's this? Why is there a little bar way up there? A lot of the forms are the same, but what are all these little dots appearing all over the page? We're going to do at least one more video, and we're going to talk about dots as well as bar signs, and there's some little slashy things that may go on. We're going to talk about all those in the last one. Again, this is not an expert video. This is a beginner video, just trying to help you break down and learn the basics that I think sometimes the experts forget. We just don't have any clue. We need to really break it down simple. Don't worry about the names. I wouldn't really super worry about the names. Unless you're joining a choir, you're going to have to learn the names eventually. And then I would just make yourself a set of flashcards to help you remember. Maybe just have that on the front, just the shape of the note, and then you could have add the names. And then maybe on another one you could start adding, you know, what order you would sing the notes in. You could do that as well, depending on your needs. So if you're just singing by yourself, you may want to have one. You don't even need the name, right? You just need to have the shape and then maybe the 1, 2, 3, you know, the actual order of the notes on the back of the card. But if you're in a chorus, you could do both. Have one set of flashcards for the name and one set for the order or what it means, what the symbol means. Yeah, so that's probably what I would do there. This is just for your average layperson, possibly singing by themselves, following along some videos, trying to follow along in the choir and mass, and just kind of get a feel for what's going on, because especially if your parish is just using some new Latin parts or mixing it up for the season, you're not used to it, you may be not 100% on either the Latin or the music, and you're kind of trying to learn both at the same time, which is really tricky. That's why we wanted to break it down into basics for you. It's really not hard. Take a deep breath, slow down the video, watch it again, grab your little Office of the Blessed Virgin Mary. If you have it, go watch a Veronica Brandt movie. If not, and your parish is using this book, and if you're not sure, just ask your choir director or grab whatever book they're using. If your church is still live streaming Mass and you know what missal or Parish Book of Chant they're using, follow along the live stream. If your church doesn't have a live stream, that's okay too. You may want to ask your choir director if he could use an educational video, or maybe he does. Maybe he'll make you a little booklet as to what exactly you're doing, and he could have the parts of the Mass, and then you could follow along just to help you learn the notes, not necessarily to help you sing along perfect every response in Mass, but just to give you a feel for what's going on. I think that's probably why so many people turned against the Latin Mass. There just weren't great teaching moments and opportunities that people were taking advantage of. Choir directors, you need to make sure the general parishioner understands a little bit about what's going on. Yes, there's immersion, but every now and then there needs to be some explicit instruction. Maybe have just a little rehearsal for parishioners where they learn some of the responses, some of the more simple things, basic things that you're doing. Maybe they can just practice some of these things. It doesn't even have to be to a hymn or something. Just pick something super simple. It could be a nonsensical little thing that you have written out, or just how to pray the Our Father different ways. But let them experience these notes, these note forms, right? Really simply, really easily. And again, even for the Mass, if you're a priest, break it down. Have a teaching Mass every now and then, just to let the people know what they're doing and why and what is happening in the natural world, right? That's what we tend to explain a lot, but don't forget to explain the supernatural as well. But even this, and we do this. Why do we do this? Why do we genuflect? I heard somebody say recently that genuflecting actually was a tradition that Christians got from the Romans, that all the bowing things came because of the Roman emperor, and I feel like that's not it, because you read the Old Testament, there's a lot of that already in that. So many people don't know why you use candles, why you use incense. I honestly had not heard the full explanation of candles and incense until about a month ago. A month ago. Friends, I'm 50. That's ridiculous. And so, priests, I know you think you're doing the most wonderful job in the world when you are doing your teaching Masses, and God bless you. But you have to remember, some of us know nothing. Assume we know literally nothing. Okay, that would make the Mass really long. So maybe break it up into a couple sessions. Possibly with snacks in between. I don't know how you need to do it. Maybe even a parish retreat or something. Just really take the time. It doesn't have to be in the form of the Mass. You could take the time just doing different parts and teaching people about them. We really need more help breaking things down. So friends, if you have questions on this, just really basic things, or there's some other things that you need broken down really simply for you, just put it in the comments below. And if this has helped you at all, please like it, share, and absolutely subscribe. I make no money off these videos yet. You have to have at least, I don't know, I'm guessing at least 1,000. I'm about at 700 right now, and I still can't make any money off these. My poor husband is working he's working away like a madman. It's very stressful for him, and I really could use the help. So God bless you, friends. Just like, share, subscribe, and put anything in the comments below is a huge help for my family. Thank you. God bless you.